Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Really glad you're joining me today. Grab your tea, grab your iced coffee, grab a glass of wine, whatever time of day it is, grab a lemon water, and let's chat. So there's a lot of things that I would tell my past self when I first started my diet and weight loss journey back in 2013. I would tell that person so many things, and I wanted to kind of make a video today just to go over a couple of them that came to mind really quickly when I started thinking about this video topic, and just chat with you guys, because I know that a lot of people that follow me here maybe just started their journey, or maybe they're restarting their journey, which is totally fine too, or maybe you've been in the game trying to lose weight, or you have lost weight and you're maintaining now. There's so many people at all different levels of the diet and weight loss journey, so I thought this video could pretty much help everyone and anyone. And this is gonna be also too just like a punch of positivity again, because I want to motivate you guys to either start, keep going, or maintain and have fun and love your life. Those are the three things. So no matter where you're at in your weight loss and diet journey, I can help you, and this video can definitely help you. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. I would love to have you as a subscriber. Definitely subscribe down below and like this video if you like it. My name is Hart. I'm a mindset and weight loss coach. I've been coaching students now for a few months, and it's been, dare I say, amazing. People's results have blown me away. If you ever want to work with me and fast track to your weight loss goals, stop spinning your wheels, get off the yo-yo diet hamster wheel of doom that I like to call it, definitely click down below. All of the links will be down there if you guys want to work with me. But for today's video, let's get started with what I would have known back then, and it would have definitely made my life a lot easier. So the very first thing, which I think is one of the most important things, these are all important, but this one is really important, is that nothing in life, especially dieting, has to be all or nothing. You guys have heard me say it before. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. Just because you are trying to do keto doesn't mean that tomorrow you have to be strict keto, 5 carbs a day, like going nuts, throwing out your entire pantry. Like, it doesn't have to be like that. And I feel like when we do things like that very like spontaneously and impulsively, it's not gonna work. Normally that doesn't really motivate most people, and it kind of makes people feel deprived, or like they're missing out, or they maybe did things too quickly, they're making the wrong decision. So what I like to say is it's never all or nothing. And also too, you're gonna see a lot of people online especially, and then also in your personal life, of people who have tried different diets and done different things, done different exercise regimens that all worked for them. That might work for them and it might not work for you. There is no one size fits all when it comes to dieting. That's what I like to say too, because people see my journey and they say, well, you did this, so I'm gonna do this, but I didn't get the same results as you. That's because we're all different. So what you need to do is figure out what works best for you and run with it. And believe me, it takes a little bit of trial and error. I would know. It took a couple years for me to figure it out because I did it all on my own. So I had to literally do trial and error for my diet and my health journey. And luckily, it all paid off, because I'm sitting here right now talking to you guys, and I'm at my goal weight right now. I was almost 200 pounds. I'm maintaining now in the 130s. So I just feel amazing, but you just need to figure out what works best for you and your body, and everyone is different. So don't feel discouraged if you're still trying to figure it out. It took me years, like I said, but I got there, I persevered, and now I'm much better off for doing it and for sticking it out. Don't give up. In my course, when I work with students, we dive in deep into what diet and exercise plan is gonna work for you, how you can figure out how to make that into a lifestyle so you don't feel deprived every day. You just need to figure it out, and if you need help figuring it out, ask for help, definitely. The second thing that I wish I knew was that you don't have to do these crazy hardcore exercise sessions. Number one, because I hate them, and I never say the word hate, but I hate them. I hate exercising, but you don't have to do them. I see everybody online doing these like strength training classes, and then everybody's doing an hour of cardio and doing these HIIT workouts, kickboxing, and like, that's great. If that's what you're into and that's what works for your body, go for it. Me, no. It's a no. It's a definite no. What works for me is, instead of trying to do what everybody else is doing, again, I had to find out what worked for me. And for me, just getting my steps in every day is definitely what works for me. I get at least 10,000 steps a day. That's my minimum, and I just get it done. And when I do that, coupled with my nutrition, it's just like it's the perfect match. And I'm so glad, because you guys, back in, before I even had a YouTube channel, so back in like 2012, I was like a sucker for buying P90X at 3 a.m. when I was awake, and I would do that. I did Insanity DVDs. I tried to do like all of these hardcore exercises that, like, I'm not a fitness person at all. If you know me, you're laughing right now because I am just not a fitness person. So doing those things was just so out of my element and I hated every second of it. I dreaded it and I didn't even feel good after I did it. So find an exercise regimen that you can stick to long term, just like your diet that works for you, and then, you know, snowball it. Just keep doing it every single day or every single week, or just stick to the plan. So basically, stop trying to compare myself to other people with dieting or with exercising. You have to figure it out for yourself. So here's something that might be a little bit controversial, is that I don't believe in cheating on your diet. I don't. Hear me out. Hear me out. I know that it can be really, really hard when you're trying to do a specific diet, let's say keto, and you maybe go to a picnic and somebody's got cupcakes and you're like, it's just my cheat day. I'm just gonna have a cupcake. It's like, you guys, we decide what we put in our mouth every day. We decide how much we eat. We decide all of these things, and you need to take back your control. Take back your control. There's always going to be outside influences who are going to try to sabotage us. Always. Stress, your job, your family, your kids, social events, holidays, the pantry. My kids' snacks in the pantry, they're there every day. They're always gonna be there. So we need to take back our control and really take a step back and decide right now, what is our goal, how we're gonna get there, and will cheating and doing these little micro things, are they going to hinder us from getting to our goal? The answer is yes. So what you need to really decide is, what is my goal? How am I gonna get there the fastest? And is cheating, eating this food, is it gonna get me anywhere closer to my goal? And if the answer is no, then you need to not be eating it. And I know it's very easy for me to say that, and I have slipped up, believe me, in the past when I was on my journeys. But if I knew that I would have gotten to my goal weight a month earlier because I didn't cheat those little micro times and have a cupcake here, have a regular hamburger and with a bun there, or have a couple french fries here, it's like if I knew that I didn't do those things, I would have gotten to my goal faster, and then you can get into the life of maintaining. I would have totally not cheated, because if you want your goal bad enough, if you want it bad enough and you can get there faster by not cheating, don't cheat. Just don't do it. And listen, I had to find out for myself. I did a low carb diet for the very first time in 2013, and I stuck to it for 2 months straight. I did not cheat once. My husband did it with me. We were hardcore. We were hardcore. I did not cheat, and guess what? I got to my goal like so fast. So the very first time I lost weight for my wedding in 2013, and I went from 190 down to 132 in about 3 months. So I lost so much weight so fast, and it was like a snowball. Like, I couldn't be stopped. You might think that's like a little excessive, but I had goals I wanted to reach. I wanted to be a certain weight for my wedding, and I did it. And I put my head down and I just plowed through and I just did it. I did the damn thing. So that's the thing. It doesn't matter how much weight you have to lose. If you've got 10 pounds or if you've got 200 pounds, it doesn't matter. Keep your goal in sight and how bad you want it and how your health will improve. Think about all of the positive things that will come from losing the weight and getting to your goals. I mean, it's not just about the vanity of it. It's about how you look. It's also about your health. A lot of people need to lose weight for their health. Keep that in mind. Keep that at the forefront. Keep your why right in your forefront every single day, and just remember that. Put it on a post-it note on your fridge so it reminds you. Put a picture on your fridge of where you want to be. Put a picture of your goals. Put your vision board. Whatever it is to keep you motivated every day. But cheating is only going to do 1 step forward and 2 steps back. It's always going to be that game. The more you cheat, the more you're going to the longer it's gonna take to get to your goal. So here's another one that was kind of a hard pill to swallow, is that when you lose weight, you might not look the same proportional as you did before you gain the weight. And that holds true for me personally, but it also too, my 2 journeys. My first journey was me losing weight for my wedding, but my second 2 weight loss journeys were almost 60 pounds. And it was because I had 2 kids. And I was one of those women who was not lucky enough to just have the weight fall off of them after they, gave birth. It was like something I had to work for every single pound. If you watched my weight loss journey video, it's actually really funny because I went into the hospital weighing over 200 pounds with each of my kids. And when I left the hospital, I was like, oh, I'm gonna be down like 20 pounds like everybody says. Like, I've watched enough birth vlogs to know, like, people come home and they're like, oh my God, I just like lost 20 pounds. And I'm like, yeah, that's gonna be me too. No, I literally had an 8-pound baby and I had lost like 7 pounds. And not to mention, I was completely puffy and pumped with fluids, so I looked like I weighed even more than I did before I gave birth. So there's that. But also, just from your weight shifting around, your fat shifting around, how much muscle you have, you know, you're not gonna look exactly the same as you did before. And then especially with just being pregnant and then your stomach and everything, you guys, like, I don't know if I'll ever have a flat stomach again. I still have the loose skin. I still have all of that. I still have stretch marks on my thighs. They've been there since high school. So, you know, there's these things that you need to recognize about your body and embrace them instead of stressing out about them. And that's like a big game changer in your mindset, because think about this. Everybody's always so worried about how they look, but everybody is always so worried about how they look. In a bathing suit, you're going to the beach and you're like, oh my God, everyone's gonna be looking at me. Everyone is thinking that. Everyone is self-conscious to a certain extent. You know, even the people with, you've seen documentaries about people who are like, you know, Victoria's Secret models, and they're like, oh, you know, I don't like how I look. And it's like, what? It like blows your mind. But you have to remember that like everybody feels the same way. Everybody has insecure thoughts. Everybody thinks they're not good enough at some point. You've got to rise above that. Have some confidence. I actually said to my husband the other day, I was like, I kind of like the stretch marks on my thighs. And I was like, I think they're kind of cute. Like, but who's looking at my thighs? Who is actually looking at me going, oh my God, she's got stretch marks? No one. No one is doing that. And if they are, get out of there. You know, if anybody is ridiculing you for how you look, like that's just a mess. But I mean, everybody is insecure and feels that way at some point in time. So what you've got to do is embrace these things, because they make you unique and they make you who you are. And over the past 5 years, I would say, between having kids now and then how I am now, I honestly think that my self-love for my body has completely changed. And you know, part of it is that like, yes, I had kids, so now I have to embrace how I look now, but a lot of it too is mental. Like, it's just my mind maturing and realizing that like, yeah, I'm unique, I'm me, no one else is me, so I love me. So maybe if you have some more of those thoughts, anytime you feel like you're self-critiquing, you know, saying things that are negative about your body, twist it and pick out something that you do like. Wow, I really love my eyes, or I love the shape of my nose. Like, think about the things that you actually do like and shift those thoughts to positive. That is what you have to do constantly all throughout the day. If you can do it, don't let your mind think anything negative. Challenge you to do that today. Try your best to shift everything negative into a positive in your mind and what you say out loud, and I promise your day will immediately get better and continue to get better. So here's one that I've been saying for a while now. If you're just starting out on your journey, or maybe you've already lost weight, maybe you're maintaining, or maybe you're smack dab in the middle of your weight loss journey, you're wanting to lose 50 pounds and you've lost 25, this will apply to you at any stage of the game. You need to not look to others for their opinions and their approval, because it's never going to be what you want to hear 100% of the time. So be very careful when you're asking others for their opinion on your diet and weight loss journey. I'm one of those people, when I was younger, I was an oversharer. Like, everybody had to know everything that was going on in my life, and I had to complain about things, and it was a mess. Since then, I have completely taken myself back, and I share what's needed, and that's it. I don't look to other people to think like, well, what do you think? Like, I need to be more confident in my own decisions. So when you're first starting out your diet and weight loss journey, like, I recommend not telling anyone, because really it's no one's business. And when you do that, all you're gonna be doing is getting unnecessary feedback, and most of it you're not even gonna want, and some you might not even agree with. So what I recommend is just picking out your plan, figuring out what you're gonna do to get yourself to your goals, putting your head down, and just plowing forward. And what you have to remember too is, some of my students, they're so funny. They're like, oh, I'm going to a barbecue tomorrow and everyone is gonna notice that I'm not eating a bun with my hot dog. It's like, no. Let's dial it back a few tips to when you're on the beach and you think everyone's looking at you. Like, no one's looking at you. They're looking at themselves and they're worried about other people are gonna be looking at them. Like, it's the same thing at a barbecue. Everyone's like hustling and bustling around. Like, people aren't gonna be paying attention to what you have on your dinner plate. So just remember that. Don't overthink it too much. Have your plan and stick to it. And if anybody makes a comment, just say you don't feel like having a bun right now if you're trying to do keto, you know? Like, you don't have to explain yourself to anyone, and you don't have to overshare share your diet and your diet plans and things like that, because then you're gonna get the comments with people saying things like, oh, I don't think keto's a good idea. I heard my Aunt Esther said this. It's not worth it. It's not worth it to get into those conversations. Keep it positive, pump yourself with positivity. You know, you want the encouragement from others. I realize that, but really the quicker you learn to encourage yourself and motivate yourself, you won't need other people, because really it's all us. It's all us anyway. We're the ones putting food in our mouths. We're the ones that have to wake up every morning and decide what we're going to be doing that day, decide if we're going to stick to our plan or not, decide if we're going to be, you know, positive or negative. So really, once you dial it back, like, it's all us anyway. It's all you. So focus on you, not other people. The last thing I wanted to talk about was comparing yourself to other people. It's very easy online, especially to see the before and after pictures, and you're like, oh my gosh, that person went from this to this and they look amazing, and you know, I'm never gonna lose weight, and you kind of get really down on yourself. I do that all the time still. And when I do that, when I don't have a handle on things, when you kind of like go off on this tangent where you're like negative things start piling into your brain, no, take a social media break. That's why sometimes you guys will see me on stories on Instagram, like 50 stories in a day, and then I won't be on for 2 days, because mentally I need to distance myself from the comparison game. What you're not seeing, and what you don't see a lot on Instagram and anything on the internet, you don't see the struggles. Even on videos like this, like, you're not gonna see the struggle. You don't see when someone wakes up and they're crying and they're like, I didn't lose any weight again, and they're trying so hard, and you know, it's months of that. It can be very discouraging sometimes when you feel like you're the only one going through it, and then you look online and you see people doing these diets effortlessly and all of these things, and it's like, it's so important to remember that someone on day 200 of their journey is not going to be the same. You can't compare yourself if you're on day 2. And I know that people say that all the time, but do you really think about what that means? When you see someone's before and after picture, think about how that person felt when they took that before picture. They probably didn't feel great. I mean, it feels great now to have it to look back on, to see how much you've transformed, but you know, you're not seeing, even if that person is smiling, you're not seeing their deep-rooted emotion in how they feel in the before picture. So I think that's something really important to remember, is that everybody is on their own journey. Don't compare yourself to other people. Just get your plan and just put your head down, stick to it until you get to your goals, because it's totally, totally possible. Anybody out there watching this right now, if you've gotten to this point in the video, congratulations. But you need to remember that no matter what your goal is, it is not too big, it's not too small, it's perfect for you, and you can completely 100% accomplish it. 100%. Any goal you can think up in your head, you can accomplish it. So I'm definitely here to motivate you. If you have not subscribed to my channel already, definitely do that. I'm gonna be sharing food, a lot of motivational tips, and just anything that I think could help you guys on your diet and weight loss journey, regardless of what plan you're following. If you would like to have some mentorship on your journey, definitely click down below. There's gonna be links to my coaching programs. I would love to work with you guys. I've seen such awesome results with clients so far that I just can't stop. That's why I just want to help as many people as I can, and just let you know that you can do it. You can totally, totally do it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you really soon with a new video. But until then, remember, think all positive thoughts today. That's my challenge for you. I'll see you guys really soon with a new one. Bye.